I'm going to switch over the default workspace just so that we can all be on the same page. And I'm going to come down here to my zoom and make sure I'm at fit so that I can see the entire composition. Right now we've got a black composition background, but it's really not a background. It's just a temporary. If you click on this little button right here that looks like a checkerboard, you can see that the composition actually has a transparent background. So let's throw a solid color on there so that we can animate on top of it. We're going to go to the layer menu to do that and come down here to new and solid. Let's call it, I don't know, white BG for a white background. Let's come down here to our color and make sure that it's in the upper left hand corner. The hex number would be, or hex code would be FFFFFFF. And the RGB is 255, 255, 255. Alrighty. Then hit OK. And you can see that After Effects automatically creates a folder for it and organizes it inside. So see, After Effects is doing the same thing we did earlier. It also throws it down here onto the timeline and gives it the name that we called it. That's why naming is important. Next, let's grab the artwork and throw it into the composition. Now you can drag and drop it here, but then getting it into the center is kind of tough. So if you drag it down here into the timeline, it'll automatically center it. If you accidentally put it underneath, you'll see these handles, but no artwork. That simply means you put it underneath the white background, and all you have to do is move those around, re-switch them. Okay, next thing we want to do is we want to animate this. So let's get started with our first animation. The first thing I want to do is I want to move my current time indicator. This little blue line is called the current time indicator. And you can click anywhere. Go ahead and try that. You can click and it just jumps there. You don't have to scrub it to a specific spot. And if you want to go to a very, very specific frame, just come over here to this time indicator and type in the number. I want to go to 15 frames, so type in 15 and then hit enter. Your current time indicator will be exactly 15. So that's where we're going to start the animation. In other words, we want the cat to, or the logo to end right here at this spot, at this size, at 15 frames. We're going to scale it. So you can click on this little arrow here to open up the layer, and then click on this arrow for transform, and you'll see all the transformations. So we've got anchor, position, scale, rotation, and opacity. So normally though, I type in the letter. So let's say I want to scale this. Go ahead and hit just S, and you'll see that it hides the rest of them and just shows you the scale. So that's kind of cool. Now to turn on your first keyframe, you click on this little stopwatch, and you can see that we now have a diamond. And that diamond says, hey, After Effects, I want this visual element to be here at 100%. Next, let's go back to, let's say, frame 10, or you can come over here, type in 10, and change this, either of these numbers. These are scrubbable numbers, so go ahead and try scrubbing them, clicking and dragging. Yes, the cat's getting bigger and smaller. We want this to actually go to 0, so go ahead and click on either one. Since they're tied together or linked, you can see the little link icon there. If you type in 0 and hit enter, both will go to 0. So now let's watch this. I'm going to bring it back to the beginning and hit play. Cool. So that I hit play by hitting the space bar. By the way, space bar is play and space bar is pause. So play and pause all in one key. Lovely. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to slow this in and slow it out. The easiest way to do that is to select both keyframes. You can do a marquee selection, click and drag, or click on the word scale, and it selects both. And then the keyboard shortcut for easing is F9, or you can right click, keyframe assist, and easy ease. It'll do both of those, so that's kind of nice. Let's watch it again. Now we've got a little bit of slow in and slow out, which we know is an animation principle. The next thing that really is going to make this look cool is a little motion blur. And so the first thing you do is you come over here to these little stacks of balls here, enable motion blur. That turns it on for the entire project. And then we're going to turn it on for this layer. So that individual layer now has motion blur, and now as you scrub it, you can see it gets blurry. Oh, that is cool. So let's play it again. Zoink. Nah, that is looking good. This is a good time to save because you've done your first animation. Congratulations. Let's go to File and Save. There we go.